Howdy, folks. Pre-stream Mars here. How's my audio sound? Got a good balance? I hope. Yes, mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Ding dong, mic check. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate the feedback. Alright, see you guys in 30 seconds. Greetings, champions. Welcome to Mars Guiding Hand. I am Mars, and this is Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a free-to-play officially licensed Dungeons & Dragons formation and strategy game from Codename Entertainment. On this partner stream, we take a look at the latest content, discuss strategies, and answer any questions you may have about the game. So grab a drink, or get a snack, get cozy, and join me for just a couple of hours as we take a deeper look at all things Idle Champions. Today is April 8th, 2020, and in this 13th episode, I believe, we'll be talking about the Greengrass event Year 3, Melf the Elf, and the Coloring Community Challenge for Idle Champions, which is very fun, as well as answering any questions that you may have. Okay, let's get started. So, as you can see, oh, there's the update. There's that pop-up. I love seeing that. Thank you very much, Codename Entertainment, for the opportunity. I really enjoy doing this show for everyone. As you can see, I've already started my final variant. This is my second variant. I saved the second one for this stream. I did the third variant, Wheat from the Chaff, off stream because it takes way too long. There's no way I could have fit that onto the stream without going super fast. What is today's tea? Today is kind of a bittersweet, not the tea, but just in emotionally, I suppose, kind of day, because this is the last of my jasmine tea that I have in stock. So it's a little unfortunate. I look forward to in the future to getting more tea and restocking at some point. So cheers, everyone. This is the last of my jasmine. Oh yeah, Uncle Iroh, definitely my favorite character from that show. Hello, everyone checking in the chat. I see you, and I appreciate that you're here. Oh, I have plenty more tea, just no more jasmine specifically, which is sad, but I have others. Time to plant some jasmine. Oh man, I really should just start growing my own, shouldn't I? Oh boy, that'd be wonderful. The tea this week is jasmine, a jasmine tea. It's lovely. Okay, as you can see, I'm in the Problem Solvers, which is the second variant for Melf the Elf himself in Idle Champions Greengrass Year 3 event. Or, as I like to call this, Melf event Patron Strahd Edition, because it's the same restriction as doing Strahd Patron variants, which is Intelligence 13 or higher. So we're going to get started just talking about Greengrass again, just kind of touching on some of the same stuff that we did last week for anyone who may not have been able to join us last week and is here this week. So Greengrass is a cool event. It's beautiful art. I love all the flowers. I love that we get to fight Githyanki. That's really cool. And Mind Flayers and an Elder Brain. There's some really, really fun art assets in this event that are very nice to look at. The start of spring is traditionally a day of peace and rejoicing, marked by the display of flowers, even if they need to be grown in a hothouse during the winter months or brought from southern climes, that are worn or given as sacrifices to the gods who have brought life back to the world. A group of Githyanki have other plans for the day, though. And by playing through this event, you can unlock Ayla, you can unlock Narak, you can unlock Melf. Narak's year 1, Ayla's year 2, Melf is year 3. Grab them all. The most important thing you can do for any event is to grab every champion and then gear them up if you can. We're already starting to get some questions in the chat, so I'll try to answer them as much as I can without disrupting the other stuff I need to talk about. So Brain GM, hello, how can I unlock new hero besides Time Gates? Playthrough events. So besides Time Gates, there are events every 3 weeks. Currently, the event is called Greengrass. Is what I was talking about just now. You can unlock 3 characters per event at the time of this recording. And that is currently Narak, who is a slot 8 DPS support who swaps with Delana or Hitch. And then Ayla, who swaps with Makos. She is a support tank. And then Melf, the elf, who is a just straight support, but he's also a speed champion, which is very important. In a time gate, Cry 3737, if you already have the champion, how many gold chest opportunities are there? 3. 3 gold chest opportunities per time gate. Crispy Q, which one should we go for first? I would recommend prioritizing Ayla, probably. I think you'll get the most mileage out of Ayla in general. Melf is extremely good for speed, and not as good for general supporting as other characters in his own slot or in other slots. But for speed, he's like a speed king, so definitely pick him up for that reason, if not for anything else. Someone else also asked earlier how to get Melf's achievement, which I picked up yesterday, finally. I think this is the longest it's taken me during an event to get an achievement for a specific character. And that's because the achievement was broken for a while. It just wasn't functioning correctly, but they recently patched that and it should be working fine. Pretty much put Melf out in your formation and just wait. It's straight RNG, as Dave the Aztec just said in the chat. It's straight RNG. Literally just wait, and you will eventually get it. Just keep using Melf, and one day it'll just show up. That's what happened to me yesterday. Ennui, if starting out, you can unlock the champions, but all their quests are deadly because requirement. Should I just run free play over and over? Yes. Run free plays over and over, if you must, in order to build up your favor so that the variants will be easier. Couple people asking, what is RNG? RNG is like a gamer term that stands for random number generation, which is pretty much just saying pure chance. Like flipping a coin, it's pure chance. Yeah, it's just luck. So in this case, the achievement appeal of this is having the patience to use Melf over and over until you do get it. Because it's just luck. Hello, give me details. Happy to have you here. Happy to have everyone here. I'm going to get back to talking about Greengrass a little bit. So you can unlock Narak, you can unlock Ayla, you can unlock Melf. And as you can see, I've already 100%ed Narak and Ayla in their previous years. And I will be 100%ing Melf today because all I need to do is finish the adventure that I'm currently on, Problem Solvers. And that will give me the final achievement for Melf for this event. Sir Crimson Fox, how much do I like Narak? I think he's really cool. I use him for Azaka farming all the time, and sometimes I just use him just because I like him. He's got a Naginata weapon, like his pole arm, like a sword on a stick, basically. I love sword on a stick. It's my favorite weapon, whether it's a glaive or a Naginata or whatever. Sword on a stick, it's the best. Like Havilar. I love that I can put Havilar and Narak out at the same time. Plus, he's like a unique race in the game right now, a Githzerai. The only Githzerai we've got. So I think he's really cool. Okay. I would like to put out other champions besides Melf. I'm supposed to be spotlighting Melf, and I am, but I think he's lonely out here. I'm going to put some other people out here with him. Whoa. Nope. Come on. Let's have Sasaspia. Not feeling Regis. I do like Grama. I like Stokey. And I like... You know what? I don't use Dadius enough, especially with his rework now. I should give him some more love. And let's get Shandy out here for the speed and go ahead and start leveling her up for that. This is nice, too, because for those of you who are interested in doing the Patron Strahd variants in general, this is kind of like practice. It kind of gives you an idea, if you don't have them unlocked yet, of what Patron Strahd variants can be like, since the restriction here is the same as for doing Patron Strahd variants. I'm going to talk about what the different variants are for Melf in just a moment here, once I get some people out. I like using Catti-brie, especially because this skin, which Sean hooked me up with. Thank you, Sean. I love this. Look at Vampire Catti-brie. It's so cool. I love this, like, dark look for Catti-brie here. This is one of the best skins in the game. You can get that from the Strahd patron shop right here, Vampire Catti-brie skin. Also comes with some Catti-brie chests and some currency for Strahd. I like new Hitch with his many daggers, so I'm going to do that. Especially because I actually picked up the excess dagger storage epic feat for Hitch from the patron shop, so he's got so many knives. It's just so many knives. RS Sub-02, how do you do Weep from the Chaff variant? You have it as easy, but was stuck at the first levels. Lazy answer. If you have enough favor, everything's easy. So you can just put out some good tanks, shielders, what have you. You just want to keep your tank line alive long enough for Melf to keep marking the enemies with his righteous determination so that you can then kill them. So it's all about like a war of attrition, basically, to try to stay alive long enough. You could use some health potions, some potions of heroism, just to stay alive if you need to. But yeah, you want tanks, even multiple tanks in your formation, even though you can't like use like all of them on your tank line at the same time, because tanks will often, if not always, have a health sharing ability, which will improve the longevity of your other tanks. So healers, shielders, many tanks. Melf, of course, because you have to. Heroism potions if you must. And then just War of Attrition and wait. You'll get there eventually. Oh yeah, also, as Arger pointed out, offline progress can also be helpful for that one. I did offline progress to get through a pretty tough variant just a few days ago. The Strahd version of Fuzzy Pink Elephants, whatever that one's called. I forget the actual name of that, but the one that has fuzzy pink elephants in it. That can be a headache, so offline progress for me on that one. Although I do love the art for the elephants. Okay, who else do I want? I wish I could use Ayla here. I will take Birdsong because she's cool. And is that it? I can have one more. Who do I want? Not Tyrell. Tyrell's overused. Let's do Dragonbait. Yeah, that'll be cool. Sure. Okay, I'm just gonna have these guys hanging out here. Bogart Ramshackle, how many chests have you gotten for Melf and or Ayla this event so far? I did 4 Ayla free plays, and that's it. And I've done 4 Narak free plays, and that's it. Because I've already done all their variants from previous years. And then for Melf, maybe 20? Maybe 20 total. Sober up! Thank you, Orca Leader, for tagging me and saying that. Thank you. That did get my attention. Hey, Bobby, you just got Dresstral Leadership Feat. Was that from my chest? If so, fantastic. I love when you guys tell me what you get from my chest. Like, if you get an epic, or a feat, or a shiny. I love that. Please let me know if you get cool stuff. Makes me feel good about, like, providing to the community, you know? Sir Crimson Fox, do I usually let free plays go a long time, or do I just stop at 50 to grab the chest? Typically I just stop at 50, but today I plan on doing a deep run free play after we finish this variant. Try to go as far as we can in our limited time together. Typically for events, I'll do 1 to 3 deep runs, and that's it. Otherwise, I just do up to stage 50. Oh, here's that Elder Brain fight. It's so cool. Look at that! I'm going to take the familiars away so you can see this better. It's so gross! It's so gross! And I mean that in a good way. The artist did a really good job capturing just the alien wrongness of a giant pulsating brain monster. Ugh. It's very good. Melf, go faster. Thank you, Melf. We'll be talking more about Melf when I get to my free play run, since it'll take a little bit more to talk about him than it will for the event itself. Carl Tot, if you go deeper in free play, does it increase your chance for a gold chest? No. You have a 2/3 chance to get a silver event chest, and you have a 1/3 chance to get a gold event chest. And if you do not get a gold event chest after 3 consecutive free plays that go past stage 50, then the 4th free play you do will give you a guaranteed gold event chest. You're very welcome. Hope that helps. And it should be worth noting that this like pity gold chest timer does not carry over between different free plays for different event champions. They're like separate tracks that are in the background tracking that. Ah, Zeke, do I have any of the new patron familiars yet? I do not! Those are the... Look, I'll show you. The only things I have left to get that are unique purchases from each of the patron shops are the familiars. The new familiars that they just added. Those are the only things I have left to do! And I almost have enough influence with Strahd to get his. I have enough influence with the other 2 to get theirs, but not enough currency. And I almost have enough influence with Strahd. So, I'm so close. By next week, I should have at least the toy werewolf for Strahd. But I do have the Iron Pup. We can put the Iron Pup out, definitely. Let me take some away. Okay, who do I want out here with Iron Pup? I want Mimic, and I want Iris. Yeah, there we go. Guys, we have a lot of familiars in the game now. There's a lot. There's still 3 here that I don't have. Oh, Baby Spurt would be a good one to put out here. I agree. Let's get Baby Spurt out here. Yeah, look at that cute little guy. Adorable. Oh, I needed to have one more out in order to open boss bags. So... Mage Hand's a classic. Yeah, we'll do that. Baby Spurt. Do. Yeah, Spurt's in good company. A lot of dangerous creatures here around him. They'll keep him safe. Ashigam, which Narak spec is best in a support role, or it doesn't matter? The one that does stuns more often. I forget which one that is. We talked about it last week. We covered all 3 of the event champions in detail, Narak, Ayla, and Melf. We talked about specializations, when you might take each of them. The Siegfried, any advice for new players so they don't quit the game when the game gets tedious? Well, it is an idle game, so if this is your first time getting into an idle game, then it might seem tedious. It was my first, unless you count, like, Cookie Clicker, I guess, or that, like, what was it? Like, that candy farming ASCII art game? Whatever. I suppose those are technically my first idle games, but Idle Champions is kind of a breed unto itself, as it's, in my opinion, more of a formation strategy game than an idle game. Candy Box, thank you, Ragnats. Yeah, that's it. That was pretty fun. Anyway, it might seem tedious if it's your kind of your first rodeo with this sort of game style, but there's a lot of depth to this. Like, the real meat on the bones here is the formation strategy aspect, where you can kind of figure this out as if it's a puzzle game, where do you need to place which characters in order to get the most benefit, or just to be strong enough to get through whatever it is that you're doing. Collecting characters is fun, gearing them up is fun, there's different, like, fun little flavor text, and the art in the game is just wonderful everywhere, including on the gear and the adventures themselves, like the backgrounds, the monsters, that sort of thing. But there is plenty of downtime, that's for sure, when you just have to wait until you can get through whatever your goalpost is for the adventure. There's plenty of time that you're just waiting around. And in that case, you can multitask. I like to listen to audiobooks or podcasts or streams when I'm playing. And also there's the community itself, which is just really fun to be a part of. Chris the Nerd, watch Mars' stream. That'll keep you going. Thank you so much. Oh, Valinex, you got a shiny for Hitch from my chest today? Ah, woo! That's fantastic. So cool. And that reminds me, I should get my own chest. Oh, I should wait, actually. I should wait until I've opened up my collection of chests. Hey, I saved up a bunch of chests to open on the stream today, by the way. We'll be doing that after I get past this variant when we get into our free play run. I got you an epic for Calliope, Bogart. Fantastic. That's great. Frank Keeliga, how do you get this chest? Okay, so if you're talking about this up here, this code, my chest, all you need to do is go to your chest opening screen, which you can access by clicking on that button there. Or you can go to the shop and then click on Unlock a Locked Chest, and it'll bring this up. And then you can type in the code right here, and then press Unlock, and you'll get the chest. Dave, if I get another shiny, you're not following anymore. Oh, no! You're welcome, Frank. Shiny button engaged. Thank you, CNE. CNE has blessed us. They flicked the switch. More Fader, totally fine. Go ahead, start with your questions. I will try to get to them. I understand that not everyone here is functioning on the same schedule, especially right now with what's happening in the world. Please stay safe, everyone. Practice good habits, safe habits. Yeah, don't mind you guys asking questions early. Is Strix the most OP DPS? Once upon a time, yes. Not anymore. She's still very strong. There are stronger ones. I feel like most veteran players would probably agree that Zorbu is the most OP DPS at the moment. Though hopefully that may change. Can you have another chest, please? I mean, you have to ask C&E for that, not me. They're the ones who control whether I get chests or not, and how many, and what they are. Usually just a single gold chest on the special. Who's the tentacle guy next to Birdsong? Aha! Well, my friend, that would be Hitch. You may know him from his normal appearance, but this is his Mind Flayer Hitch skin, which I feel is especially appropriate for the Greengrass event since we have to fight so many Mind Flayers and other aberrations. I like to call him Mitch when he's in this skin. Mind Flayer Hitch. Mitch. Kempafet, got any idea when Green Flame Gym is coming? I do not. I wish I did. I am hyped for that as much as anybody else, trust me. I will grab that immediately when it is available. Oh, don't turn my button off! Well, actually, C&E, I would take that hit for the team, for the community. Yeah. I would sacrifice my own gear luck if it meant getting more stuff for my community that I love so much. Love you guys. Sorry if I'm missing any questions, by the way. It's difficult to keep up sometimes. But I will try my best. We've got about 30 stages left to go in this current run. The Tuco question, if you could add a new patron, who would it be? Well, I can't say Strahd anymore. Because we have Strahd now! So, do you want, like, existing D&D character answer, or do you want, like, dream answer? Because I feel like I'm kind of obliged to say Elminster. It's one of the biggest lore characters that I see commonly asked for being a patron. I feel like that would be very fitting. Like, some people say, oh, Elminster should be a champion, and some people say he should be a patron, and I side with the patron crowd on that, because he'd be too strong as a champion, let's be real. If you put Elminster in as a champion, people would complain that he's not strong enough. He should be more powerful than anyone else, period. So I feel like as a patron, that would make the most sense. Selfish dream answer? Me. We had a request for Melf's ult. Here you go. He summons his minute meteors, and then when he attacks, watch. Yeah. When he attacks, they will be consumed, like exploding and doing bonus damage. It's really cool. Unfortunately, we're kind of killing everything too fast for this to really make much of an effect. But I love the animation of the meteors. They look great. Oh, here's the brain again. Fops33, I'm new to the game. Welcome to Idle Champions. What heroes do you recommend getting first with time gates? Okay, so this gets asked a lot. Like, a lot. Zorbu, Averin, Kroll. You can get Ayla from the current event that's happening right now. She's a great character to get to pick up as an extra tank and debuffer. And besides that, speed champions. So Deacon, Shandy. You can get Mel from the current event. This is a very good event. Sentry. Yeah. Basically, any of the overpowered characters. And any of the speed characters. Havilar! Havilar is a very good one. Thank you, Death of One. Good suggestion. And Briv! Oh my god, how did I forget about Briv? Briv is, excellent for speed, and tanking, and supporting, and healing. Briv is just all around very good. Kempafet, unfortunately, I have not had the pleasure of playing any of the official D&D licensed board games because they are very expensive. I wish I have. I love board games. Sometimes my friends and I will get together and have board game days. Not right now, of course. But I've never had the pleasure of playing an official D&D board game. I'd love to. I just can't afford it. Elf agree, I did not receive an answer from Mercer, unfortunately, which totally understandable. Which champion am I most excited to see updated in year 2, part whatever, whenever it happens? Bunny the Bunny, which I think is Orc, if I remember correctly from the Discord. Hi, Orc. Frida? Yeah, I think I have to say Frida. Frida and Neris? Probably? Yeah. I would love for Neris to be more competitive with modern-day supports and healers. Because I think she's just really cool. Okay, Rathi, what are my favorite books I have back there on the bookshelf? Well, Sanderson, of course. Anything by Sanderson, literally anything by Sanderson. Except maybe Elantris, I'm not crazy about Elantris. But I love the Stormlight Archives, I love Mistborn. You're welcome, Kempafet. Excuse me. Buddy Greenleaf, sweet shirt. How do you get Idle Champion swag? C&E, could you provide the link for us in the chat? There is a shop where you can go to get this shirt and other things. I think I have 4 of these? Yeah, there we go. I didn't realize that we had a command for that. That's excellent. Yeah, go get some sweet merch. The shirts are 100% cotton. They feel very nice. I always wear these for my show. Ennui, what should new players spend gems on starting out? Oh my god, I really have to get that resource out. I've been working with Garwar on making a visual aid for a gem spending guide to help new players out. And like it's extremely subjective, and we understand that. There's going to be disclaimers about that, but it takes a long time to make visual aids. So with everything that's been going on, it's been like more and more difficult to get work done on that. Oh my god, Fearbrand, yeah, Rhythm of War. Oh my god, I'm gonna pre-order that. Day 1, I'm there. I met him once, he was fantastic. Frankaliga, you just started today! Wow! Well, welcome to Idle Champions, and good luck to you. What should be my priority to progress? Well, your first priority should be join the Discord. So we can all talk to you. That would be discord.gg/idlechampions. I'm sure we'll get a link in the chat here in a second. But join the community. Talk to us, and we'll help you out. But what should you like prioritize like right now? There's only like 5 days left in the current event. Yeah, just under 5 days. 4 days, 22 hours, 27 minutes. So the most immediate thing you should do is get started on the event and unlock the 3 currently available characters in the event. You may not have enough time to do all of their variants, but that's okay. You can do those during time gates if you have to. And let's go ahead and take a look at those. That's a nice segue. So first, you can unlock Narak, who's a Githzerai monk. You can unlock Ayla, who is a wild elf barbarian. And you can unlock Melf, the elf, who is a gray elf fighter wizard multi-class character. Very cool. Each of them have 3 variants once you've unlocked them. We have Whispers, Flower Power, Unlikely Allies, Pixie Machinations, Starve Them Out, Ride the Storm, and those for the past event characters for Narak and Ayla, respectively. But we're here mainly to talk about Melf today, so let's go over his variants real quick. First off is Honorable Discharge, which is the goalpost of Area 75. It costs 1,000 event tokens to do. And it's worth noting that the variants and unlock missions for past event champions are always cheaper than whatever the current event champion is. Hello, Ildacine, welcome. For Honorable Discharge, each champion can only be used to beat 50 unique areas, which is kind of like the relay race variant from Tomb of Annihilation. A champion counts as being used in an area if they're in the formation at any time during the attempt that beats an area for the first time. After a champion's been used while beating 50 unique areas, they cannot be used in the formation anymore. A little tip to help you get through this one, if anyone's struggling with this, even though it's a low goalpost, newer players might have trouble with this, especially if you have like very few champions to pick from. You can always take your starting champion out and try using click damage to go as far as you can on click damage alone, using your favor. That might help shave off a few areas that you can use when you're closer to your goalpost for those champions that you didn't have to use early on. Oh great, we just finished Problem Solvers as I clicked on it. Let's just continue that while I talk about it real quick. Problem Solvers is the second variant for Melf, in which costs 2,500 tokens, 2,500 event tokens to do. The goalpost is Area 125, and the restriction is you can only use champions with an intelligence of 13 or higher, such as Melf. This is the same restriction as the patron Strahd in the game that they just added recently. So it's kind of like a practice for doing patron Strahd variants. Note that if you use feats that increase the intelligence of characters who have like intelligence 12, then you can use them for this, just like you can for Strahd. Zorbu, for example, has intelligence 12, but he has a +1 intelligence feat, Keen Mind, and if you apply that to him, he becomes available to be used for this. So, feats are important. Get them. Finally is Wheat from the Chaff, which costs 5,000 tokens. It's the final event variant for Melf. The goalpost is Area 175. Melf starts in the formation with his Righteous Determination ability unlocked, and we'll talk about what that means in a bit here when I start doing the free play. Melf cannot be removed from the formation or swapped out, and only enemies Melf deems to be evil can be damaged. This takes a while to do. This is, in my opinion, one of the longest event variants in the game to get through. It's just, oh boy. You need to be ready to spend ample time to chew through that one. Use some speed potions if you have to, or speed champions to help you get through it. It's not terribly difficult, it just takes forever. Alright, a few more questions. Chester Stone, what up, Mars? Hey. For event free plays, does the chance of a gold chest increase if you go farther and farther above zone 50? This was asked earlier, and no. You do not have increased chance. It's the same chance regardless of how far you go. But you get more favor if you go further, which can be good for converting to permanent campaign favor once the event is over. Death of One even longer than Artemis 75 variant? I mean, yeah, because it is, if for no other reason, it is a higher goalpost. It's 175 instead of 75 for Artemis, so yeah. Yeah, you can do Wheat from the Chaff offline, which might be the best way to go about it. Cry3737, do the +1 feats change anything other than when you can use them, like increased damage or bugs? Increased damage or bugs? Like increasing the chance of having bugs happen in the game? I don't think feats cause bugs to happen, or if they do, I haven't heard about it. Oh, buffs. Okay, thank you. On their own, no. So it's like this. There's certain champions that care about what other champions' ability scores are, such as Shandy, and Zorbu, and Dadius, or Krond. There's different champions that look at all of your other champions and check their ability scores. Hitch is another example. Thank you, Zeke. And for those champions, those ability scores matter for the other champions, and thus those feats matter that can influence those ability scores. Likewise, patrons such as Vajra, Safar, the Blackstaff, and Strahd von Zerovich, the Lord of Barovia, they require a certain level, a certain stat point, like cutoff for ability scores. Vajra wants Constitution 14 or higher, Con 14 plus. Strahd wants Intelligence 13 or higher, 13 plus. So for those, ability scores matter. Likewise, there are many adventure variants in permanent campaigns and the event campaigns, which also restrict your champion usage based on ability score cutoff points. So, ability scores and thus feats matter for those as well. Not all ability score enhancing feats matter currently, but they may matter in the future. I think what happened with the Patron Strahd restriction is a shining example of that. I had the +1 intelligence feat for Zubu for like months, and it was useless until they added the Patron Strahd, who has a restriction, which I can only make Zorbu count for if I use that feat for him. So I go from having like, oh no, who do I use as my DPS to, oh right, I can use Zorbu, the best DPS in the game. I just have to put the feat on him. So it's like saying, on their own, ability score enhancing feats do not improve damage or buffs. But they interact with things that can. Okay, I hope that helps. Lyra, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm trying my best. I know there are ways in which the game is lacking. And that is true. That is true of any game. That is true of every game. And I am doing everything I can to bridge the gap between what we have and what is needed. So I hope that my presence here helps people. Cheers. Yeah, for a game that just released a week ago. Yeah. Technically, yeah. Okay. Let's get past this stage 150 brain, and then I will reset and go into a free play from Elf. Die, brain monster! Die. It's taking a while. Okay, there we go. Great. Farewell, giant brain monster. I shall see you again very soon. Woo! So that's 100% done on Melf now. Very good. Thank you, skip button, for existing. Pick up this last gold chest for Melf from Variants. Oh, that's right. I need more tokens. Okay. So, bear with me for a second. I'm going to jump into Mad Wizard. Just so I can open some gold chests and get more tokens so I can jump into that free play. And this is a cool little teachable moment. So, let's say you're a new player, and you want to do something in the event, but you can't because you don't have enough tokens for it. Open up some gold chests. No epics. But we got some bounty contracts, and that's good. So I'm going to use these bounty contracts, and watch this. They just dropped a bunch of event tokens for me. So I'm a little bit closer to being able to go into the event again. Death of One, it's like my brain is scripted to do Mad Wizard. Yeah. I mean, I've done, if I go look at my stats for like how many times I've done different runs, Mad Wizard's like thousands of times compared to anything else, so yeah. I'm always coming into Mad Wizard here. Let's just open 50 gold chests real quick. Yeah! That's some luck! Woo! 4 feats! Holy cow! Look at all that! Oh my god! Just a casual 50 gold chip. Oh man! Alright, let me use these 7 medium contracts. And I'll go ahead and use like all 55 of these small contracts. Oh boy, that was a pretty hype moment right there. Oh boy. Hey, look at that. Now I have almost 10,000 event tokens. So, if you ever need, yeah, quick, buy a lottery ticket. Yeah, exactly, Lyra. You know, my luck is only like this when I'm streaming. So what I should do is go out and buy a lottery ticket in the middle of my stream? Somebody do that for me. Alright. Now I can afford doing that event-free play. So I'm going to go back over to Greengrass and jump into Endless War Melf for 2,500 tokens. Oh, I guess you can buy them online. I've never looked into that. I've never been, like, a lottery guy, a gambling guy, anything like that. Nor would I advocate for it. Not really my sort of thing. Although, I do love opening chests. Speaking of which, let's just go ahead and open the rest of these golds. Okay. Great. 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 Fantastic. Alright, so that's what? 5 feats in 64 gold chests? Easy. Ugh. In my excitement, I don't think I remember who they all were all for. There was Sentry, we just got Spurt. There was, I think, Hitch and Deacon, and I don't remember the last one. There were 5, and I remembered 4 of them. That's pretty good. Okay, I want to go fast. Oh, actually, I have a save formation for this for going fast. And if you'll pardon me for just a moment, as I choose all of my specializations. Arctic for Grama, Boss 1 Speed for Deacon, Smelly Lunch for Strix, Echo's Will for Sentry, Metalborn for Briv, Ranger Training for Shandy, and, yeah, Mastery Battle, sure, it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's go fast. All right. Sorry for not looking at the chat for a while there. There's a lot going on as far as chests are concerned. We'll open up the rest of these hundreds of silver chests later. Maybe we'll get some shinies. Gotta give you guys something to look forward to, you know. It's fun. Hey, Carl Todd, I can answer that for you. Do blacksmithing contracts also upgrade the item from green to blue, etc.? No. If not, what happens if you get a better item from the chest after you blacksmithed it? Okay, so nothing is ever wasted. Except in, like, an extreme case. Nothing is ever truly wasted, 99% of the time. All of your item levels from everything will add to it. Like, your item levels and your rarity tier are separate. They interact, but they are separate. If I have a green item on a character, and I put tons of blacksmithing contracts onto them, and they just keep landing on that green item, when it is later improved to a blue item by opening a chest or something that just has the upgrade for it, it will become a blue version of that item with all of those item levels still on it. So it'll just be even more powerful. Everything adds together. Nothing's wasted. And upgrade rarity does not come from blacksmithing contracts. It just upgrades the levels. If you want to upgrade the rarity, like the color of the item, then you need to open more chests. You're welcome. Ryusei Maru. Question, is there a way to look up how many champions I have without counting them? I don't believe so. Actually, I counted them just earlier today. One easy way to do it, to count real quick, is just click on the swap button and then count, like, okay, I've got 4 here, and then there's Deacon himself, so okay, so that's 5. Here's 4, so that's 9. Here's 5, so that's 14, and just et cetera, to a total of 60 currently. You could also look at your collection screen, but I think that would take a little bit more time because you'd be counting like one at a time instead of doing it in groups like I just showed. I mean, everyone's brains work differently. If that's easier for you, then have at it. Also, I have visual aids that I make for the community. !CVA in the chat to get the link for that. And if you go look at the CVA, then maybe you can just go through the list and like count, like, okay, I have that one, 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 so I have this many total. Maybe that'll help you. Thank you for putting the link in the chat, guys. Thank you. I try to keep that updated about every 3 months or so, because it's honestly some work having to keep that updated. So about every 3 champion releases, I try to keep that upgraded. Yes, you can also save a tiny blacksmithing contract, or like any level of blacksmithing contract, to look at all of your champions at once. But this is important to note, it will only show you the champions you have that have at least like all 6 gear slots filled. So if you own any champions that are lacking any of their gear, they will not appear in this like huge list. Yeah, that's a good point, Orca. You can just count how many are in a row, and then just count how many rows you have. Good point. That's probably the most efficient, as long as you have gear on everything. Joshua, what do I need to do to stop Crawl from leaving one enemy alive on a boss wave? Jim! Jim turns your problems into chickens! Which feels very on brand for Jim Dark Magic. That question comes up a lot, which is why I was so like emphatic about it. People using Krull are often confused about like, why is there one enemy left on this boss stage and now I can't kill it? It's just the way Krull's mechanics work. If you read about them, if you study them, you talk about it in the Discord, like you understand, like eventually, okay, Krull's plague bomb goes off and causes everything to die except one thing, pretty much. That's part of what makes Krull so powerful. But you then have the problem of cleanup crew for the one trash mob that's left over. And you just put Jim in. Jim is a slot 7 champion, so also Minsk. You put Jim in. Jim has an ability. I'm just going to take any specialization, doesn't matter. Jim has an ability. Wand of Wonder. Every 5 attacks, Jim uses the Wand of Wonder. It provides 1 of 4 random effects. It can slow the target for 15 seconds. It can stun the target for 5 seconds. It's a long stun. Or it can transmogrify the target into an abyssal chicken with very little health. It's like literally 1 HP. Or an armored mimic that drops more gold. Jim is very good for doing cleanup crew for Krull. Okay, there we go. Huh, you can use Sasaspia as well to do that? That's cool. I have not experimented with using Sasaspia to clean up Krull's mess. So that is news to me. Even I can learn things. There's always more to learn about this game, which is part of the fun, part of like why I'm so into this. It doesn't matter like how much I study up on it, there's always more. There's always more. Okay, bit of a lull here, so I'm going to talk more about Melf now, since we're doing a free play for Melf. And we're just very casually going through Melf's free play right now, trying to do a deep push here as far as we can. Oh, somebody just above asked... who to use... blacksmith contracts. Oh, yeah, C&E answered it. Okay, fantastic. Thanks, C&E. Yeah, use blacksmithing contracts on event champions. Always, 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 always event champions. Don't use them on non-event champions such as Bruno or Celeste, Naomi, Hitch, etc. Okay, let's talk about Melf. This legendary character that's been added to the game last week. So cool. Melf! Every time, and I mean this every single time, I have to say this guy's name aloud, like on my show or whatever, talking to people. Every single time, I think of... What was that? It was like a Nickelodeon show called, like, Kablam, I think. And there was this parody of, like, superhero action figure type of shows. And there's this one part in the intro of that show that's like, and Melt Man with the power to melt. And I think of that every single time. Melf with the power to melf. Alright, Melf. Neutral good. Elf. Grey elf. Fighter wizard. Support character. Born into the royal family of Selene, he assumed the simple name of Melf, eschewing a life of comfort as a noble to study the arcane arts and train as a swordsman. He delved in the dungeons of Castle Greyhawk, the lost caverns of Sochkanth, I hope I said that right, and many other harrowing places, honing his skills, knowledge, and amassing powerful magical items. Melf sees himself as a weapon of weal, hurtling toward the heart of the darkest evils in the realm. Great line. He is opinionated, and has a touch of conceit that he is blissfully ignorant of possessing. Reminds me of some people I know. Possibly myself. Anyway, Melf's a cool character. He is billed as a support character, and I think it is pretty important to denote that, like, there's different kinds of support characters out there, and one of the best kinds is speed characters. Kind of an unofficial term the community uses to refer to characters that make the game go faster. Melf is one of these. As far as supporting goes, as far as buffing the other members of the party goes, Melf has his Adaptive Support spell, which increases the damage of champions adjacent to him by X%. Effect is increased by 50% if another elf is in the formation. The effect range is increased by 2 if Melf is not in the frontmost or rearmost columns, and the effect is increased by 10% for each unique race in the formation. So you want at least one other elf, such as Ayla, also from this event, so that's convenient. You want as many unique races as possible, and then you also want Melf to not be in the very front, nor in the very back. Anywhere in between would be better. Yeah. His Righteous Determination, which is featured in the Wheat from the Chaff variant that takes a long time to get through. Melf knows exactly what evil is. It's apparently whatever he declares it to be. Whenever an enemy spawns, it has a 50% chance of being deemed evil by Melf. Enemies that are deemed evil take extra damage from all ultimate attacks. And in Wheat from the Chaff, you have to use Melf, and you cannot kill things until he marks them with Righteous Determination, which is why it takes so long. Triskavansky, does he not cast Acid Arrow? No, but he does have Acid Arrow. It is on his shield. And it's referenced in the flavor text of one of his items, I believe. If you want a character that actually casts Acid Arrow, it's Gromma. Gromma in her Swamp specialization. Yes, the Acid Arrow is also in his quiver if you look very carefully. It's this bright green arrow here in the quiver. It's very nice. Oh, the D&D Beyond code is out. Fantastic. Thank you, Orca, for posting that. Everybody grab that chest code. Get you some stuff. So here's where Melf really shines. Melf's Speedy Supplement. And this I currently have doubled due to the specialization that I took for him. So Melf provides a random speed up buff. The buff provided changes after every 50th area and draws from these 3 possibilities. There is a chance to spawn additional enemies. There is an increased enemy spawn speed. And there is a chance of increased quest drops. And it's the same chance for each one. But what's really cool about this is that not only do you have a specialization that increases this effect, like doubles this effect, but it's also influenced by one of his gear slots. Melf's slot 4 item actually increases the chance of this happening. So the higher you get this up, the better he's going to be as far as the speed character is concerned. Even without gear, right out of the gate, you can have him at a 50%, because the default is a 25% chance, and then his extra speed supplements, specialization, the middle choice for a specialization, doubles that to 50%. So even without gear, he's still fantastic. This is also tied into his achievement. At level 95, he gets his ultimate, which is that he summons his minute meteors. Let's see what that looks like again. There. It's going very fast right now, but hopefully you can see that. We've got his rotating meteors there, which are expended every time he does an attack now. Oh yeah! Go check out that interview. C&E just posted the interview with Luke Gygax about Melf. If you haven't watched that yet, do so. It's very good. It's very fun. I'm going to put a familiar on this. Hey, it's Iron Pup. Just so that we can see the minute meteors coming out more often. Okay, since it's the top of the hour, and we've just looked at Melf, let's go ahead and open the rest of these chests that I have here. What can we... How many more chests can we get out of this? Bop. 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 Oh. Well. Luck of the devil. Sorry. Let's go. Okay, 2 blues. I'll take it. I'll take 2 blues. Alright, I love seeing that, because that's a blue I can choose where to put it. Excellent. Excellent. Come on, I just want my... I have one last shiny to get for several of my champions. Several of my evergreen champions have one shiny slot left. That's all I want. I just want to finish them off. And then I don't have to get silver chest ever again. Just all gold chests forever. Come on. Sean, please. Have mercy. I know you've given me 5 feats, but that's not what I came here for today. At the very least, this is going to be giving me some very nice item level increases on a lot of my evergreens. I wonder what my new highest is going to be. Getting close to item level 1400 on somebody. I think Calliope, maybe. Oh no, we're starting to run low. We've gotten a lot of medium blacksmith contracts here. Oh boy. Oh no, we're almost out. Come on, Sean, don't let me down. Ah! Alright. Well, I can't complain. I can't complain. We've gotten plenty of blacksmithing contracts in this. Look at this, 15 blues. That's amazing. And I'm going to use the rest of my bounty contracts so I can get more tokens, so I can do more free plays. I just want to get that slot 4 epic for Melf. If I can get... Oh, I've gotten slot 1 and 2. That's not what I want. I want that slot 4. I mean, I want them all, if I'm being honest, but I mostly want that slot 4. Yeah, I guess I am being greedy right now, Dave. You're right. You're right. More Fader. Mars, whose chest would you recommend this event? I would focus on Ayla, and then Melf, and then Narak, in that order. Ask the wrong C&E member. I mean, just a joke. That's Margaret in the chat with us this time, not Sean. But, yeah, shoutouts to Sean for controlling my RNG. Thanks for the 5 feats. Marketing blocks Sean from the stream. Oh no, I hope not. Especially since Sean does a stream now. Check out Griddle Champions on Fridays for some of the best streamed content I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe we have a pancake show. I love that so much. That's great. Hello, Mela. Does anyone have any more questions? We could do a few more questions now. Well, it just tickles me, Green Paradox, that of all the things added to this channel's lineup, a cooking show. That is very creative. Hats off to C&E for that decision. That's very cool. I love that. I will try to be there for every episode of Griddle Champions. It's just a delight. It's actually honestly really fun sitting down and like watching with the community and like trying to guess characters as quickly, as early, and accurately as possible. And I love anyone who is here in the chat for Griddle Champions episode 1. Did you notice? I was in the chat, very active in the chat for that first episode, and when it got to doing Deacon, the pancake for Deacon, I guessed Deacon from just the eyes, just the outline of the eyes, like step 1 of the entire drawing. I was like, Deacon! It's Deacon! And I got it. Ah. So that was a very called shot. It's honestly fun. It's a nice distraction. I feel like it came at exactly the right time when it would be like doing the most good for our community with everything that's happening. Griddle Champions was a fantastic choice. That's Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific on this same channel that you're watching right now. So tune in. I'll be there. You can hang out with me. We'll watch someone make pancakes for hours. Amazing. And yeah, honestly, it's really good art, actually. It's fun watching before and after the flip. Like, he gets shading on it and, like, detail work. It's honestly really good. Oh, sorry, Glacier, if I missed your question the first time. How high is your Weakened Foe perk from the Strahd perks? Sure, I'll show you my Strahd perk progress right now. So if and I'll probably do this after the stream, because I doubt that I'll reach my wall during stream. I mean, maybe. We'll see. But what I should do is, like, reset my influence here and move everything I can into globals, because I'm not getting anything from locals right now. But here's my progress on Strahd currently. So I'm at 11 ranks on Weakened Foes, since that's what you asked for specifically. Yes, if I didn't see your question the first time, please just ask again. I try my best to answer every question I can. I just also have to, like, you know, hit certain bullet points each stream. And speaking of bullet points I need to hit, by the way, if you are not yet participating in the Idle Champions community coloring challenge, it's really fun. I've done only one, but it was for Havilar. I did like a palette swap of Havilar using colors from my own character design of Mars, and it was really fun. I put Mars in the background of it, and I gave it like a background from Waterdeep Dragon Heist instead of just a blank white background behind them, and it was really fun. For every 100 coloring sheets submitted, which is basically just like on social media, like tag Idle Champions on Twitter if you're going to post it there. I think Instagram is also acceptable, and then the fan art channel on the official Discord, you can post them there as well. For every 100 of those, Idle Champions will release a community chest code for all of us, and we've gotten our first one. It was a gold supply chest. The chest code, I think, was Idle Coloring. Yeah. We had exactly 100 in the first week, so keep it up. I did my part. Will you do yours? Let's all come together to get free treasure, to get free stuff. Everybody loves free stuff. And right now, for this second week, there is a bonus incentive. If they get 25 Havilar coloring sheets submitted, which, I already did one last week, but if they get 25 Havilar sheets submitted, then they will be releasing a silver chest code for Havilar specifically as a bonus. So please, take part in that. If for no other reason than it's just relaxing, like even as an adult, print off a coloring sheet or do it digitally if you don't want to use up paper for that. Or you don't have access to a printer or something. I did mine digitally. You can get your crayons out and colored pencils and just color. It's nice, it's relaxing, it can even be like meditative. If you guys in the chat have participated in the coloring challenge, which ones did you do? Which characters have you colored? And this might be a more fun question. What would you most like to see as a coloring page option? More fader are bad colorings accepted? Of course. I've certainly seen some bad ones already. But the point of it is the community engagement and just the sheer like fun and relaxation of it. I'm sure C&E doesn't care about like how good of a quality it is. It's just fun to do. It's just nice. Crazy Matt, you want to see the brain monster, the Elder Brain. Ooh. Owlbear! Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, an owlbear. Because, like, we have the gelatinous cube. That's one of the current options. But an owlbear, that would be nice. Like some other iconic monsters. Yeah, I'd like to see that, too. Cantankerous. We actually answered that question already about blacksmith contracts and gear rarity. Like, just a few minutes ago, I talked through all that already. Short version, nothing is ever wasted. Blacksmith contracts, levels, and gear rarity tiers always combine. Everything's added together. Nothing's ever wasted. So you go ahead and use them now if you want. There's not really a reason to wait on using blacksmithing contracts. Just make sure you only ever use them on event champions, because otherwise it's kind of a waste to use them on non-event champions. Chango! Yeah. Oh, man! C&E, could we maybe get, like, other companions? Like, not companions of the hall, but, like, familiars, animal companions, pets, what have you. So many of our friends here in Idle Champions, so many of the champions, have pets, familiars, companions, whatever. It could be really cool to have, like, a coloring page, maybe with all of those, or just some of those. Like Guinevere from Drizzt. Or, I mean, even some other silly things, like Princess Duckersheim from Binwin. I'm sure some people will be tickled about that. Yeah, Boo! From Minsk! Of course! Evelyn's Pegasus. Like, I feel like there's a lot of fun options for Waffles for Strix, who's out right now on my formation. I feel like there's a lot of possibilities for non-champion beloved characters that you could do coloring sheets for. I mean, kids love animals, so that would certainly be appealing to children, I would assume. I'm out of coffee. That's okay. Still have a little bit of tea. Color the click damage. Ryusei Maru, question. By how much do duplicate items boost the item levels? I guess 1 per white, but how much do you get from higher rarity items? I can help you out here. So, white, common items, increase item level by 1. Green, uncommon items, increase item level by 2. Blue, rare items, increase item levels by 6. And purple, epic items, increase the item level by 24. If you are in the extremely rare situation, like only a few players this really applies to have a duplicate shiny, As in, you got a natural shiny by opening a chest for an item that was already a shiny. Extremely rare for that to happen. Then I believe it increases the item level by 125. Like, I am not at that point yet. I'm getting closer. I think I'm like 2/3 of the way to getting all shinies on all of my non-event champions. Yeah, what Zeke says. A duplicate item increases the level by the same as a contract of that color. Yeah. Yep, that's exactly right, Ryusei Maru, just like Blacksmith Contracts. Thank you, everyone, for chatting with me about what you'd like to see for Idle Champions coloring pages. I think, let me see. What would I like to see? Oh, you know what? I want... I'm actually surprised that we don't have this yet. I want a dragon. I don't want... Like, we have Dawnar, we have Archon. That's awesome, we've got Dragonborn, cool. But we have, like, really cool dragon designs in the game. Like, we have Arvice, the Red, from the Dragon Down event, I believe. Oh, you're welcome, Yusumaru. I kind of pride myself on getting people's names right. Michael USA, I think we need Mars coloring sheets of the champion and their T as well as the familiars and their T's. I've actually experimented with trying to make coloring sheets from Idle Champions images, and I'm not good at it. I've tried. It's not good. It's harder than it looks. Oh man, Zeke! Yeah, familiars! And Michael also saying, yeah, with familiars. I'd love that. Like, give us a page of, like, all the familiars in the game. In, like, spread out. Like, they're small, so you could fit several on a single sheet, I'm sure. Give us all the familiars. It'd be adorable. Ashigam, besides Kroll, whose ult does pretty good damage to hit-based enemies? Aha, you want anybody and everybody who does multi-hit. If the boss you're fighting or whatever is just hit-based with its health and not like armored hit-based, then it's like this blockade here. It's just strictly the number of times you hit it. So, you want anything and everything that does multi-hit. I'm talking Celeste's ultimate, the Flame Strike. I'm talking Dawnar's like Acid Vomit. It's extremely gross, but it's also extremely effective. Dadius with his like super magic missile spam. Walnut. Forest Friends. Anything that does lots of hits. You want to put those people in your team. Like, I think I experimented with... Yeah, do I have... I think I have a team for this. Yeah, Brain Killer. This has been a formation I've been experimenting with that's just about, like, putting Gromma's wall up to stop things from getting closer. Jarlaxle always attacks the rearmost enemy, which is the brain. And then, like, everybody else here is just, like, multi-hit attacks or ults, or they just attack quickly, that kind of thing. So, yeah, my Brain Killer formation, which can probably be improved, is just all about trying to take out that Elder Brain, like, instantly as soon as the fight starts before it can summon anything. Liminal Shadow. Hey, Mars. This was asked a while ago. Sorry if I missed it, but I wanted to re-raise it. I took a stab at answering it, but would love to hear your input. Birdsong, Averin, Catti-brie, and Artemis. Artemis DPS. For Averin and Birdsong, good or evil? Ooh. Check your Ridge sheet. Open up Ridge's spreadsheet. Like, import your info. See which of those characters gives the highest buff. Because you want to know, like, how they compare against each other. But so you're using Birdsong and Averin. I'm assuming it's like you're doing Artemis DPS. Yeah. Yeah, if what Zeke says is true, then I think your answer is like it just has to be evil then. Yeah, yeah, they have to be eligible. Yeah, I remember testing stuff like that when Artemis first came out. There was so much fun experimentation when Artemis first came out. That's one of the most fun aspects of the game is like day of release with a new champion. Everyone in the community just like instantly like, oh, get the new character. Oh, put the new character in the formation. Oh, test stuff. Oh. It's just a lot of really fun experimentation trying to figure out what works with what different cool ideas can you put together. I don't know if it's like if it's cool to link Ridge's sheet here in the chat or not, but I know it's one of the most beloved resources in the community. At the very least, you can find it on the resources channel on the Discord. Join the Discord. Hello, Anaki Scott. Welcome. We have about 40 minutes left in the stream. We're doing pretty well. We've managed to get up to 360, which is like halfway to my wall in maybe an hour-ish. A little bit less than an hour. Yeah, just join the Discord and we'll walk you through anything, really. I remember the joy of when we discovered how Artemis observability works for shields. Just the confusion, the shock and awe, the delight, as we realize, like, oh, Artemis is weirdly one of the best tanks in the game. He's not supposed to be, just because he can observe shielding effects, and it's really bizarre. Yeah, assassin tank. Which is funny, because, like, in 5th edition D&D, you can make assassin tanks. Their uncanny dodge ability lets them just, like, have damage they receive, like, once per turn, and you can, like, build off of that to... So, like, it kind of makes sense, since Idle Champion's supposed to be 5th edition D&D adaptation, so it kind of makes sense that Artemis could be an assassin tank. I guess. Joshua, what's the best way to use 2 familiars at your wall? Yeah, exactly like what you said there. 1 on field and 1 on click damage. That's what I like to do. Not sure where to move the other one once click damage falls off. Put it on the field with your first one, at least for a little bit, until your click damage just really falls off and doesn't matter anymore. And then I guess you could put it on your roaming ult bar so that it just walks around and uses ultimates for you. Oh, Cantankerous, you only found this through the in-game link. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, the community for Idle Champions is extremely active. We've got Discord, we've got Reddit, there's Steam discussion forums if you're into that sort of thing. Personally, I really prefer the Discord. You can find me on there almost all the time. I'm very talkative in there, so if you have questions, if I can't help you, I'm sure someone else can. Cheers. That is the last of my jasmine tea, probably for a while. I'm gonna miss it. Oh, right now my familiar that's on my click damage is definitely not helping because my click damage is at level 272 and I'm over 100 stages past that. But I don't really have anything else for this familiar to do right now. I don't want the familiar to be on Deacon's ultimate because that maxes out his Doom buff, and I want his Doom to be as low as possible to increase enemy spawn speed. I also don't want it on Gromma's wall because that can cause her to spawn her wall right at the edge, where enemies will still spawn, but they're like just barely shy of being able to be click damaged or attacked by champions. So she'll just basically pause the game for 30 seconds, and that can be annoying. And I don't want a familiar on summoning Havilar's imps. Well, I suppose I do, in this case specifically, just because there are no fiends for her to fight in this event. Hey, we have some more chests we can open. Oh, we actually got a gold too. Cool. I haven't gotten my own chest code. Should I do a joke for this one? Is it worth it? Do you guys even like that? It gets harder and harder every time. Alright, here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Nope. Nope. Okay. And 3 silvers. Nope. Alright, no problem. Well, sure. So I have a dog, right? I have this cute little dog, always happy about everything. But every time my buddy, I have an online friend who goes by the name Seif. And every time my friend comes over, my dog stops wagging its tail, and that's because Seafin's wags. It's terrible. Seif shows up and all wagging stops. There you go. There's your terrible joke for the week. I'm sure I'll have another one next time. Question. Currently doing Chatty Nobles, Strahd variant. Usable characters must have intelligence 13 or higher and charisma 14 or higher. I need more characters. I can't think of any tanks who meet this criteria. Are there any? Maybe with Feats. Well, let's think. The only tanks that qualify are going to be Tyrell and Gromma for Strahd, regardless right now, I think. And I trust that they do not have a high enough charisma. No. No. But they're close. Do they have charisma feats? No, and no. Okay, well, looks like you're out of luck. Oh, Dragon Bait? Dragon Bait. Yes! Dragon Bait to the rescue. Alright, fantastic. So, if you have not progressed through the Tomb of Annihilation campaign enough yet, you can unlock Dragon Bait by doing the Soriel's Resolve variant, which is the absolute final adventure in the campaign. It's the final variant of the final adventure in Tomb of Annihilation. And if you can beat that, which can be tough, then you can unlock Dragon Bait. And it looks like, yeah, Dragon Bait has a high enough charisma and intelligence to be used for that. I think that might be your only option. And he's good. Averin is a better, like, buffer in slot. But Dragon Bait is your only tank option for that, so probably should just use Dragon Bait. Specializing Averin ahead of time here, because I know I will eventually switch to using him in my like optimal formation for pushing further. I've already done one deep push that I think walled at 700. It was either 700 or 750. One of them. I couldn't kill the brain. I tried so many times. Like, and I would go back to stage 1, wait for everyone's ultimates to go off of cooldown, and then change formations to a totally different set of champions, just so that they would also have, like, all their ultimates available. And I went, like, all immediately back to the fight, spammed every ultimate, switched formation, spammed every ultimate, and it still wasn't enough. Ugh. So it's probably something I could be doing better. My brain killer formation needs work. But still, 700 is nothing to sneeze at. Considering my highest is like 784, I think. Why all Evergreen champs are in the same campaign? Well, there's actually two in Tomb of Annihilation, Azaka and Dragonbait. Azaka's like at the halfway mark, Dragonbait's at the very end. But Drizzt, the legendary Drizzt himself, is actually available from the Grand Tour of the Sword Coast campaign. Hitch, the remaining Evergreen champion, you get just by signing up for the newsletter. So, half of them are in the Tomb of Annihilation campaign. More Fader. Cantankerous, as a new player, what other characters can I unlock outside of events? Oh boy, you're gonna like this. Outside of events, you can use time gates to unlock every event character in the game. All of these can be unlocked via time gates. Beyond that, there are 12 core champions that you start with, Brunor, Celeste, etc., all the way up through Archon. And then there are 4 Evergreen champions that you unlock by doing other things in the game. We just covered you get Hitch by signing up for the newsletter, you get Drizzt by progressing through the Grand Tour of the Sword Coast campaign, and you get Azaka and Dragonbait by progressing through the Tomb of Annihilation campaign. Eventually, we will also have Olcoria Stonemarrow, a dwarf archmage. Don't know when. Wish I did. I'm sure a lot of people want to know, but patience. We got Dragonbait eventually. Olcoria will come one day. Yeah, it does feel a bit on the nose, Kyle X-Rex, that we have to use our brain to beat a giant brain boss. But, I mean, that's fun. I mean, the game is essentially a puzzle game. I actually talked about this on a podcast recently. It kind of clicked for me in an instant during the recording, like, oh, wait a second. Idle Champions is a puzzle game. It's just disguised. Which makes sense for why I like it so much, because I do love puzzle games. I remember there was... on the Nintendo DS, there was... And I would love if anybody out there in the chat knows what I'm talking about, please chime in. There was a game called Puzzle Quest, which was an RPG puzzle game where you made a character, like you chose a class, and I always went with Paladin or Wizard, and you played through this epic storyline of like a traditional fantasy game, right? Except battles were a matching color style puzzle. And I was so addicted to that. Oh my god. I was so addicted to Puzzle Quest. I loved that game. Oh my gosh. And no other puzzle type RPG has ever come close to that same like level of addiction for me, of raw enjoyment. It was incredible. It was a real gem. I remember getting extremely good at the mechanics of that game. I love that there are people in the chat who are familiar with this. Good, I don't feel alone. Yeah, you can tell who played a lot of Puzzle Quest on the DS by the grid use marks that touchscreen had, absolutely. Probably scratched my screen a lot. Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. You know what? I'm going to make a note of that. Because I am very serious about my love of Puzzle Quest. I'll look into that. Is that on Steam? And if I might make a game recommendation, Idle Champions. Obviously. Pardon me. I just really do love this game, guys. It's very good. Idle Champions is sort of a perfect... like a Venn diagram, right? Of puzzle and D&D and like an adaptable level of time and attention. Because I'm an adult, I'm busy, I have other things going on in my life. So it's really cool that this fits like exactly in the pinpoint bullseye of this Venn diagram of things that I really enjoy and things that I really need. Because I love video games, and this scratches that itch. I love D&D, and this definitely scratches that itch. I love puzzles, and this scratches that itch. But it's not constantly demanding of me. It can be time demanding if I allow it to be. But with the advent of offline progress, and eventually multiple adventure mode and Motron automation, it just gets like easier and easier over time to multitask, do other things while I have Idle Champions running. It's really nice. I talk about this on the podcast, though. I should just plug that so you guys can listen to it. Difficulty class, episode 42, they had me on as a guest. It was a lot of fun. Soon. Yes, TM. Oh, the link to the podcast is here. Oh my gosh, thank you, CNE. Yeah, so I was going to do this like right at the end, but I want to give a shout out to Allie and Trevor, who had me on as a guest for episode 42 of the Difficulty Class podcast. Thank you guys so much. I really had a good time. I hope you're hearing this. Really appreciated my time there. I'd love to do it again sometime. It was a real treat. We talked about Idle Champions for almost the entire episode, as well as like my background with the game, how I got into it, why it means so much to me, D&D in general. Lots of fun stuff. Strauss, do I know if CNE has any plans to add more achievements to the game, considering the number of hours required to get them all already? Totally. Every single time... Do you mean in-game achievements, or like Steam achievements? Or like PS4 trophies, or what have you? Because they're different, like, everywhere. As far as in-game achievements go, every single time an event happens, there's more achievements to get. If you're talking about Steam achievements, every single time they add more adventures and variants for those adventures, there are more Steam achievements to get. So, yes, there's currently 186 Steam achievements, and I have them all. I hit my elbow on my cubbies over here. It hurt. Oh, I like this comment from Zeke. The best part of Idle Champions, in my opinion, is that they keep it super fresh with a new character every 3 weeks. Like Melf. Pick up Melf right now. So you always have new abilities to play with and new ways to try and optimize the formation. Straw's restrictions have been super refreshing to me to force the use of Artemis, whose formations are definitely more challenging to optimize than the typical Zorbu formation, and I like challenging puzzles, so I'm loving that. I couldn't agree more, Zeke. Very well said, very well spoken. Hey, Astros, I understand. I understand. A lot of us here have many thousands of hours in this game. But it does get easier over time to catch up, so to speak. Like, time gates. Used to only have, like, 2 runs, but now it's 2 runs plus a variant, which can help you for catching up, for both gear and for getting the achievements from the event if you miss the event that the time gate's for. You can also get extra silver chests for those champions from time gates now, which is also very nice. Of course, I'm talking about in-game achievements and like progression now, not Steam achievements, but still. Yes, the invasion, the incursion of speed champions. That is also certainly improving the time commitment aspect of this game. Damon Black asks a very good question regarding time gate, especially for newer players who might not know. If you use a time gate for champions you already have, and you've done the variants for, do you still get 3 gold chests? Yes. Yes, you do. Oh, hey, there's Mars. Hi, Mars. Die, Brain Monster! Yes, you still get 3 gold event chests. Can I talk a bit about how to maximize Artemis's observance? I get it, but I don't understand how to maximize it. I don't think I'm the right person to ask, honestly. But I can point you in the right direction. Silisa or Garwar, or just ask on the Discord. But yeah, maybe poke Garwar about it on Friday for his stream. He's better at the whole optimizing business than I am. I have some familiarity. Oh, there's Artemis right now, down there. I have some familiarity with Artemis, but I don't use him enough to really be able to speak with confidence about optimizing. I could pretend, I could fake it if I had to, but I don't want to lie to you. Gar would be better to ask about that. I will mention though that Artemis has a very cool skin now, the Shade. It's awesome. It just looks really good. And I can't tell. I feel like at a glance, it feels like it's translucent to me, like I can see through him. But when I like really look at the skin very closely, it doesn't seem like it. Parts of it, like his cape or whatever, seems to be translucent, like as a gradient. That's really nice. Okay, I'll get Grama back in here so we can keep progressing. We've got 20 minutes left in the stream if anyone else has further questions. And otherwise, I'm going to plug the Idle Champions Coloring Challenge again, because, hey, I want free stuff. I think we all want free stuff. So do your part. Check out the blog post on the Codename Entertainment website for Idle Champions. If we get the link for that in the chat, please. Where you can read up on the Community Coloring Challenge. For every 100 submitted coloring sheets, CNE will release a chest code for everyone to enjoy. They did 1 so far, because we had exactly 100 submissions last week. And there's a bonus incentive that if we get 25 Havilar-specific champion coloring page submissions, they will also release a bonus silver chest for Havilar to everyone. So that can be very nice. Just getting free stuff. Everybody loves free stuff. I love free stuff. Oh, that's per 25? I did not know that! Oh my gosh! I might have to do 25 myself, just to guarantee 1 extra. Could I even come up with 25 different color schemes for a single character for Havilar? Oh boy, that'd be difficult. But that's fantastic. I did not realize that, CNE. Thank you for clarifying in the chat for us. So that's every 25 Havilar submissions. And you can submit those via social media, like Twitter. Just make sure to tag Idle Champions when you do so. And then also the fan art channel on the official Idle Champions Discord, discord.gg/idlechampions. Join the Discord. We have a lot of fun there. I'm always talking about something in there. I try most every day to say, like, greetings, champions, every day on the Discord. I feel like, I don't know, some people really appreciate constancy with presence, especially right now in these difficult times. So if I can provide even a little bit of comfort and familiarity to people just in passing, then I will do my part. You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see you guys do some, like, monochrome, like, some, like, grayscale renderings. As if, the champions were, like, visiting the Shadowfell, or what have you. Like, just those dark planes where, light and color take on, like, a vague and menacing gray tone. That could be cool. Like, what do different characters look like in total grayscale? Black, white, shades of gray. We're seeing lots of people use, like, bright and vivid colors, and that's cool. But I want to see some grayscale. Oh, I want to see some pastels! That's what I want to see, yeah. I think even more than the grayscale. Because it's, you know, it's springtime. We've got green grass happening. So, some pastels would be really cute. I'd like to see that. Zeke is apparently already on it. We are on the same wavelength. Good. There is info about the coloring pages. The link was in the chat if you scroll up, but maybe we can get it in the chat again for anyone who might have missed it. There's a blog post on the Idle Champions website that you can read about that has like all the information that you need. They're also releasing like more coloring page options over time, so like check back every few days to see what all has been added. We're up to like 30-something different options for coloring. It's pretty cool. And we earlier we went around and made suggestions for like other coloring pages that we want to see. Yeah, a lot of coloring love in here. I wish I'd had a sheet printed out, colored in, that I could have shown you guys today. Maybe I'll do that next week. Maybe next week I'll have something actually printed out instead of just digitally that I can hold up and show you that I've done. That could be fun. Hey, maybe we can make that a thing. Maybe we can have like a specific one that we choose for this show, and then we talk about it next week or something, like what all we did. I don't know. Hey, C&E, pick a coloring page for me and the chat, and maybe we'll maybe we'll all do one together and talk about it next week. I did Havilar already, so I don't want to have to do Havilar again. Except I guess I will for the bonus silver chest this week. Ugh. Yeah, this week is Havilar. Next week, yeah, I don't know. I look forward to seeing who we get chosen. Astros, which champion has the most golden epics? I think the last time I looked into it, the most is 5? I think there's a few champions that have 5 golden epics. I'm not a golden epic collector. There are some players who do, but I am not one of these, so I don't really have that information readily available. If anyone in the chat knows for sure, like maybe Jadicero if he's around. Maybe a special gem. Ooh. That could be cool. Oh no. Giant brain monster. Ah. This might be a wipe here. We'll see. If I'm at the point where my formation is actually dying, then I'm gonna move people around. Oh no, that made it worse. Oh right, because Minsk was my DPS. Yeah, okay. Let's switch this over to a DPS formation. That should be on... Yeah, okay. That is indeed on my second slot currently. Okay, and let's put some familiars on people, so we can start leveling them up. Give me that, give me Ooh, Velvet Touch. Ranged weakness. College of Lore. Give me Plague, Focus, Pain in the zone. Stormcaller. Okay. Alright, we should be good to kill this brain now. Especially once I put people on ultimates. Oh yeah, now it's easy mode. This should take us up through the 600s. If you guys like, I'll do what I've done in the past for doing deep runs like this that I couldn't fit into a single stream, and I'll just post the final results in the Discord and on Twitter, so that you guys can see like what happened, in case you're curious what my final formation looked like or what have you. I am currently working with 1.10 E30 favor for the event. So just kind of a nice clean 1 E30 right now. I'm looking to see how much we can bump that up by. I'll put on a medium speed potion just so we can go back to times 10. Now that I'm no longer using Shandy. Ten minutes left in today's show, this week's show, if anyone has any further questions. And best of luck to everyone for the Greengrass event. Unlock everyone, because they're all good and useful in different ways. Narak for, even completely without gear, Narak is a fine support, especially for Zaka farming. You want to have Narak, which is more of an advanced strategy, but Zaka is easier to unlock these days than ever, so it's nice. And get Ayla, because Ayla is an incredible tank and debuff support champion. She's just always useful. Unlock Melf, because Melf is a speed king, and you want to be using Melf all the time if you just want to like grind gems as fast as possible. Astros, personal favorite champion. Ooh. Everyone expects me to say Frida. I feel like anyone who knows me is expecting me to say Frida. But I'm gonna check in with myself here and think, is there anyone who's kind of taken over that place in my heart for me as like my absolute favorite? Havilar? That almost feels like cheating because she's just Frida's sister. I like tieflings. One's a warlock. One's like a glaive master, which is my favorite melee weapon in all of D&D and all of fantasy. So it's like, Aaron Evans is after my own heart with these character designs. They're exactly the types of characters that I would make. So, yeah, maybe that. Yeah. And I'm just talking about conceptually and not necessarily via, like, game mechanics. Melf for multiclassing. Yeah, Melf is like your classic fighter-wizard combo. Love that. I love any kind of, like, arcane warriors or divine warriors. Paladins, eldritch knights, arcane archers. Like, any kind of... anyone who can mix it up in melee or otherwise, like, just combat in general. And then also magic. Bards. Paladins. Ah, excellent, Speller Boss. Farewell to you, and good luck with your coloring challenge. Yeah, make sure to do all the appropriate tagging if you're going to do it on social media, or post in the fan art channel so we can all see. I never miss a post. Anytime someone does this, I always check. I see everyone submitting these coloring sheets. Well, I'm sorry, Morton. You can do it digitally, which is what I did for my first submission. I just took the existing coloring sheet and I imported it into an image editing program and then colored it that way. Which is also nice because there's things that you can do with digital art that you can't do like with traditional physical art. So each has their own merits, plus you save paper that way. Good luck to you, Orca. I hope that you have a good time with that. Hope that you enjoy it. Your coloring. I do like the idea of printing one out. I think I will do that for next stream. Print one out, color it in. I just don't know which one I'll do yet. I'll have to think about that. There's so many good options. That's part of the problem, is that they're all good. I don't know, maybe Dritz, because he's just like a classic. Or maybe one of the core characters, just because we're all familiar with the core champions, like Bruno or Celeste or Naeli. The zombie T-Rex. Yeah, like any of these really cool iconic boss fights in the game from different campaigns or events. Hi, hey, there's the Melf image in the slideshow finally came up. I've been watching for that, trying to catch when Melf shows up. I try to keep the slideshow down there updated every time we get someone new. More Fader. Oh no! That's what a terrible fate. Running out of tea and cookies. Ah! I have no cookies. So I'm already out of those, unfortunately. But it's okay. It's the worst things to run out of. I'll probably make another cup of tea after the stream. Still got plenty of tea. Ah, Paradox, that's a cool idea. Yeah. Let's get some more, I don't know, like themes going. Let's not stop at just coloring things in. Let's take ideas from different like art styles and apply them. I think Antoine French baking D&D guy, I forgot his last name, Antoine, the one with the famous D&D grandmother, posted a Havilar that uses the color palette of Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. And that was amazing. That tickled me so much. It was very good. Alright, we're going to be wrapping up here. Yeah, basically white and purple, yeah. But we're going to be wrapping up here. So, I will post the results of this later in different places, Twitter, Discord, etc. Ahem. Here we go. Champions, thank you for joining me for this week's episode of Mars Guiding Hand. I hope to see you all again next week. Tune in tomorrow for the C&E stream, of course, and on Friday for Griddle Champions, my new favorite show ever, and the Untitled Garwar stream. I still can't believe we have a pancake show on this channel, and I love it so much. It's very good. I hope to see you guys there. Remember, you can follow Idle Champions on social media, and you can join our community on Discord, Reddit, and elsewhere. You can find me on Twitter, at Ryan Blake Hall, on twitch.tv/Storyteller Mars, and of course, I'm just always active everywhere in this community. I am going to give that shout out to Ali and Trevor on the Difficulty Class podcast for having me on as guest to talk about Idle Champions and D&D in general. It was a real treat. I had a blast, and I'd love to do it again sometime. Go listen to episode 42 of their show if you want to hear more about that. Wherever you are in the multiverse, please stay safe, practice good habits, be kind to yourself and to others. I'll see you all next time. Until then, look sharp. Ba 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 ba. Bum 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 bum. Love you all. See you online.